All right, guys, so if you're thinking about relocating to Mountain Home, we're going to be diving a little bit into what Mountain Home has to offer, just kind of the reason why it's such a hidden gem compared to like Boise, which is a lot more popular. Man, we have so much to talk about. So I'm excited to do this video. I'm excited to show you guys a little bit of what Mountain Home has to offer through a drive-through. It's a little windy outside, so this is a little different than compared to where we usually shoot out in the fields, but you know, Idaho is notorious for its crazy winds, Mountain Home specifically. But with that being said, let's dive into the content. All right, guys, so as I said, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a different shoot today because it's stupid windy today. It is absolutely insane how crazy the wind is in Mountain Home. We actually even got warnings that tomorrow we're probably gonna be getting some 30 to 50 mile per hour winds, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. So, you know, if you like riding motorcycles and things of that nature, please be cautious when you move to Mountain Home. But outside of that, let's talk a little bit about what Mountain Home has to offer as a whole, right? So Mountain Home, as far as location of Boise, is about 45 to 50 minutes away, depending on what part of the city you are located in Mountain Home. Now, if you're a little closer to the interstate, that may even drop to a 35-minute drive. But if you put a clock to it and you compare it to where Boise is compared to where Mountain Home is, it's about, Mountain Home would be at like 5 to 6 and Boise would be 10 to 11 p.m. So 10 to 11 on a clock and then 5 to 6 on a clock as well. So that's where they are in as far as the map. But as far as commute time, 35 minutes at the shortest, 45 to 50 minutes at the highest end. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about why Mountain Home is becoming such a desirable area for a lot of people to relocate, right? So you may have heard that Mountain Home doesn't have a lot to offer on the entertainment side, right? But with that being said, because it's such a centrally located area, it's a little bit away from cities, it's a little bit away from Twin Falls, right? It's a little bit away from Boise. It's still somewhat close to outdoor recreational activities, and it does have the bare minimum that people need just to survive. So when I say that, I'm talking about there's 3 grocery stores. You have your Walmart, you have Albertsons, and you also have a grocery outlet, which they just built not too long ago, within the last 2 years. And then you also have auto stores. You have AutoZone and you have O'Reilly's. You also have D&B Supply as far as like if you need to maintain your home or if you need special supplies. There's also, you know, different stores for that, like Ace Hardware and different things of that nature. So with that being said, Mountain Home is really becoming something that people are starting to decide to move to because of the low cost of living and just housing prices in general compared to Boise, where house price medians are somewhere between, you know, $535,000 to $550,000, and then Mountain Home, which is actually really in the lower 300s, you're looking at about $337 and a half, so $337,000 to be exact, as far as the median home price in Mountain Home. So you're getting a lot more house or bang for your buck in Mountain Home if you're looking for a home, versus where if you're looking for Boise, the exact same house could be $100,000 to $200,000 more, and just because it's in Boise, it's that much more expensive. So there's a lot of people that end up moving to Mountain Home and still working in Boise, or, you know, if you can find a job in Mountain Home, then people end up working here as well. But with that being said, job opportunities in general, it's pretty limited here. So if you're like a small business owner or you don't have a job offer or you don't have a position, then a lot of people tend to, you know, have a little bit of trouble trying to find a job in the Mountain Home area. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're gonna do that, make sure you guys try to find a job before you move out to Mountain Home. I do wanna show you guys a little bit of what houses look like in Mountain Home, but before we dive into that, what I would like to do is make sure I let you guys know I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Idaho. And as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would also love to help you guys with your home buying needs. So please, please, please do not hesitate to call this phone number right here. I am the one that personally answers all calls, text messages, and then here's my email as well. I am also the one that personally responds to all emails as well. So don't hesitate. Make sure you guys reach out to me, and I'm looking forward to helping you guys. So while we're talking about houses, as I discussed already, the median house price is gonna be around $337,000 across the board, right? Now, there's gonna be new builds. There's a lot of new construction going on, and that's due to a limited house supply, which actually, you know, today, and just so you guys have a date for reference, Wednesday, February 28th, we're currently looking at 42 single family homes on the market actively, and the amount of houses under contract or pending is 40. So literally it's about half the market or half the inventory for housing is literally under contract right now. So if we were to list no more new homes within the next month, then that would mean that we would literally run out of homes in the next month. Now, I know that sounds kind of scary, but they're building houses just as fast as, people are trying to buy them. And honestly, it's actually starting to get to the point where people are buying more houses than we are able to build them. It's starting to ramp up, thankfully, because it's starting to get warmer. The cold kind of played against builders being able to build homes and put them up as fast as they've been able to. But with that being said, there are HOA communities. There's no HOA communities. And typically HOA communities, they're gonna be more so with the new construction homes, right? So Silverstone subdivision was probably the last subdivision that was built that didn't have any HOAs. Now Morning View is the newer subdivision. They also have a couple other neighborhoods that they're planning on building as well. As those come to light, we will definitely talk about it. But one of those neighborhoods is also going to be built by CBH. And there's, more builders that are trying to get into Mountain Home specifically. So there's going to be a lot of growth coming to Mountain Home. And what does that mean for you as maybe a buyer or a seller or just someone that's wanting to move here? Even though amenities and things of that nature offered on Mountain Home aren't very extensive right now, as it continues to grow, and there are rumors of even a casino, which would be the first casino ever to be built in the state of Idaho, coming to Mountain Home. Once certain signatures get signed, then they may proceed with that, and that would bring tons and tons of attraction and build a lot of equity for a lot of people that are investing in homes in the local area right now. So that's just something not a lot of people know about. It is starting to be something that they're starting to put a spotlight on and potentially could be happening, within the next couple of years or so. As it is just speculation now, but just keep your eyes out for that news as well. So now diving into Mountain Home and kind of where a lot of the support is coming from as far as the economic side of things, Mountain Home is really big as far as the military town kind of vibe. So a lot of people that are moving to Mountain Home or relocating to Mountain Home are coming due to the military, right? They're PCSing here or relocating due to some job offers, but there's a lot of corporations that are also starting to expand to Mountain Home. But the biggest one as of right now is going to be Mountain Home Air Force Base, which personally, that's what brought me here. Back when I first got orders to Mountain Home Air Force Base, I came here and Idaho was actually a lot smaller than it is now. There's actually a lot more houses, a lot more restaurants, and a lot more amenities than there was even back then. So just to see the growth between the last 7 to 8 years I've been here personally, it's been absolutely amazing. And as far as I know, they're only ramping it up. So Mountain Home is definitely going to be the place to be as they continue to expand and things start to get built out. So for those of you that are looking for a smaller place, now living on the outskirts of Mountain Home may be a good idea, because eventually it may expand further out and continue to grow. But for now, growth isn't too quick of a pace to where it's going to outgrow everything that's currently out there. So for those of you that are scared of growth or maybe trying to stay away from people, then Mountain Home is currently at that stage where it's a smaller town, but in the future, I do want to make sure that you guys know that may potentially change. So there may be other cities that are surrounding Mountain Home that you may want to look into as well. But as far as I know, from Boise to Twin Falls, they're all starting to build in. So if we look at a map, you'll see Boise is on one side, Twin Falls is closer on the other side. And literally from Boise to Twin Falls, they're all trying to build closer and closer towards Mountain Home. So Mountain Home is just that perfect middle to where it's kind of away from everything, but close enough to everything to where you can still enjoy everything surrounding it. So with that being said, I want to show you guys a little bit of downtown. So here's some driving footage, and let's go ahead and run the tape. All right, guys, so Mountain Home is, like I said, there's not a lot. It does have the basic necessities, and it is continuing to grow, from school-wise projects that they're even planning, from just amenities to entertainment to just overall growth of the town is definitely headed in the right direction in my personal opinion. So if you guys have any questions that I didn't address in this video, make sure you guys comment below any questions or concerns that you may have. I would love to help you guys. And as I said earlier in the video, I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Idaho, so please feel free to reach me at this phone number here. Don't hesitate to reach out. And with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in on another episode. And if you haven't already, please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos just like this. So without further ado, see you guys on the next one.